Engines roar in Thunder Valley, the Roman Coliseum of NASCAR, Bristol, Tennessee.
I've always said about Bristol, brings out the best in you, brings out the worst in you.
Well, he just got the Bristol stomp put on him. This is the track where emotions flare. This is Bristol.
Fox Sports presents NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing from Bristol, and we're glad you're with us. Greg Biffle is on the pole. A.J. Allmendinger starting on the front row with Michael Waltrip, Chris Myers here in the Hollywood Hotel. Carl Edwards starts 8th. He's won here twice. Tony Stewart back beyond 20. Who are you watching today?
I like Jeff Gordon, like I said in the pre-race. The reason why he hasn't won here in 10 years, but he's proven he knows how to be aggressive, and he also knows how to finesse this place. It takes a combination of those two things to win here. Look for Jeff to be strong today.
And the guys who will call the race today, as they always do for NASCAR on Fox, Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds, and Mike Joy. Mike, short track racing, kind of the NASCAR's version of the bump and run.
Yeah, nowhere more so than at Bristol, Chris. Earlier this week, Jeff Burton said, there are no fluke winners here. Only the best drivers win at Bristol, in the best cars. You stay up on the wheel just to get yourself in a position to win as this race winds down at the end of 500 laps. Why, Darrell, is there just so much emotion tied to this place, even in the pre-race?
Listen, and I always felt stressed when I came here. You know, the noise. We talked about how noisy it is and how fast it is. It's fast and it's furious. How close it is. The anxiety of running 500 laps here, physical, mental. Everything that goes into making this race as difficult as it can possibly be comes into play today. Emotion, all those things, got to control them.
Get you a box of goodies and a bottle of Tums. You'll be all right.
I'm jacked up.
Larry, today we're racing into the great unknown. We had a long, sustained, hard rain this morning, washed the rubber from the track, and created a lot of what-ifs.
Yeah, Mike, for 2 days we've been here with 3 different series of cars laying rubber on this racetrack, and the more rubber that goes down, the more it changes the way these cars drive. That's what these drivers have been tuning to, and now all that rubber's gone, so there's a lot of unknown, I think, in the first 50 or 75 laps we get that rubber down. But the other thing is, no matter how good of a race car you have, the way this 500 lap race cycles through, the way people will gamble with strategy, you almost know you're going to end up in the back. The goal is to make sure you get back to the front and get there toward the end of this race.
500 laps. Let's have a look at the Geico starting grid for today's race. Greg Biffle, 45th driver to win a pole here. A.J. Allmendinger, best short track start ever. Ryan Newman, a runner-up finish, and Jeff Gordon, 5 wins here. Brad Keselowski, the winner last August, with Regan Smith, his 3rd top 10 start of the season. Eric Almirola makes his first top 10 start at Bristol, and Carl Edwards, a 2-time winner. Joey Logano, 5 of 7 Bristol races. He's been in the top 10 to start. And Casey Kane looking for his first top 15 finish of the season. Menard and Ambrose in row 6. And as you look back at the rest of the grid, Darrell's on the phone.
Let's see if we can get Greg Biffle here. Hey, Biff, it's DW in the Fox Sports booth, buddy. You got a copy?
I got you, DW.
Hey, man, I thought you were on the pole.
Yeah, so did I. This seems like the high groove a little faster here. I'm a little worried about the track being as green as it is with the bottom having a lot of grip, but, you know, the old momentum coming off the corner, I think the top is probably the way to go.
10-4, I think I agree with that. Hey, man, you're off to the best start in a long, long time, 3/3, and you don't have any short track wins, Greg. Can you do it today from the pole?
Absolutely. 3 of guys can give me a car I can win with, so I just got to do it now. It's up to me.
All right, brother. Head down, elbows up. Get her done.
Thank you.
Greg Biffle starts from the pole. I hope nobody told him that the last time this race was won from the pole was back in 1999. Rusty Wallace did it. This race is brought to you by Budweiser, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. While they can easily hear us before these cars come to full roar, Steve Burns.
All right, thank you, Mike. Dale Earnhardt Jr. calls winning here in 2004 one of his most treasured racing memories. Today he starts 18th. His crew chief, Steve Letarte, told me moments ago, expect to see some different tire strategies here as teams try to get track position. Dick Berggren?
Well, Michael Waltrip
Waltrip likes Jeff Gordon's chances today. You should too. He's starting from the 4th position. Nobody in today's race has won more of these Sprint Cup events here at Bristol than Jeff Gordon. His crew chief told me this morning the car is so good, this is their best chance to win this year. Chris Devoto.
1/1000th of a second. That's all that A.J. Allmendinger from the pole. Ultra competitive. He said he actually lost sleep over it. But he also said his team has made him feel comfortable at a place where he has never been. Fantastic. Could he be our next first-time Sprint Cup Series winner at one of the toughest venues on the circuit? Matt Yoakum.
Krista, Ryan Newman starts 30. He's just about done it all here in Thunder Valley. Won in the modifieds, won a nationwide, even owns a track record, but yet to win in Sprint Cup. Crew chief Tony Gibson and Newman think the biggest culprit has been that last stage in the race, not making a big enough or the right adjustment. They spent a lot of working on the final segment today. They feel like today they're finally going to capitalize. Now let's go to a guy who knows all about making winning calls here at Bristol, Jeff Hammond.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Unbelievable for you for an unbelievable racetrack. We know it's loud at Bristol. We know it's fast, but believe it or not, today, where you finish can be determined by a simple speed penalty. Mike?
Thank you, Jeff. Bristol Motor Speedway, high banked, the world's largest fully enclosed amphitheater. And as one driver once described it, it's like running 500 laps in a clothes dryer. By the end of the day, somebody's going to lose a sock or two. Kind of cool, 63 degrees, morning rain, but now just the sky about 50% cloudy right now. Light breeze. 500 laps around this half mile.
Pit road speed 30 miles per hour, and it is a long pit road, even though it's a short track fuel window, about 130 to 140 laps. We talked about the racetrack being green, a competition caution lap 50. You cannot fuel your car until that competition caution.
Transmission changes for Stremme and Blaney send them to the field, and here's our 12-time Bristol winner to get this party started.
Man, oh man, oh man. Does it get any better than this? This is what racing is all about. Bristol, Tennessee, up on the wheel. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's trade some paint, boys. Looks like old Biff, looked like he made a good choice on that outside.
But Darryl, what I noticed, A.J. Allmendinger in the 22 almost went and then realized, hey, I can't beat Biffle to the line, and had to check up and back.
Biffle comes back around, he will double the number of laps that pole winners have led this year. That's 2. 5th place, Regan Smith trying to hold back Carl Edwards. With the progressive banking, the upper lane appears to be the racing groove. Try to get your passing done on the inside, and here comes Carl.
Yeah, right now, I mean, the track's green, and there's not a lot of rubber laid down. This is the most difficult part of the race. The start of it here, low tire pressure, no rubber on the track, not a lot of grip.
Almirola, Keselowski looking in side by side, but it's kind of a double wide clog here because Edwards gets into the corner better than Smith, but the 78 powers off the corner.
When you're pinched down on the bottom like that, you just need the whole racetrack to be able to make the pass. If somebody's out there, they just bog you down. You can't go.
Here comes Jeff Gordon, A.J. Allmendinger. Dinger trying to take 2nd place. He qualified outside pole, but started the race on the inside, and Gordon got a better jump from the outside of row 2 than he did.
He almost had the pass complete the last time off, too, and got plumb sideways underneath Jeff Gordon in that 24.
Ryan Newman in the gun.
Now, back in the day on the old track, I know people say they like the old track, new track, whatever. You could not race like this. You couldn't race with a guy side by side. There was no second groove.
Gordon able to hold Allmendinger off. So it's Ford, Chevy, Dodge, and then the Chevy of Newman and Smith.
And this is where a guy like A.J. Allmendinger, he's got to really, really be patient and don't get frustrated here. He's faster than Jeff Gordon, but Jeff Gordon has the position.
They have a pretty good gap on that 5th place battle, which has now between Regan Smith, Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards, and Eric Almirola. Pretty good gap there.
And just we're about a not quite a half lap already from Greg Biffle catching the rear of this field. He's coming off the 2. The last car just went into 3. That's how quickly
quickly you can catch up to the back of the field here.
Now you'll see the leader. There's Greg Biffle in the 16. And less than half a lap away, tail end of the field. Here comes the Dinger, second place.
I believe Jeff Gordon finally said, I don't think I'll let this kid go. That's what makes Jeff Gordon so good here. He knows when to race, when to let people go.
Now he's got his hands full of Ryan Newman in that 39 car, though, working him over for third spot.
But Larry, the spotter's probably telling Jeff right now, the little gap between you and the next group of cars, Gordon might want to let Newman go as well.
10th place, Kyle Busch trying to work underneath Marcus Ambrose. Joey Logano in the 20.
And let somebody go is what you do. You just know it's not a good time to be racing somebody that could maybe slip into you and wreck you.
Daryl, I love the interview you did with Kyle Busch in the pre-race show, the driver of that 18 car. To me, one thing that's always impressed me, and we saw it in qualifying on Friday, his car control. Unbelievable.
It really is, Larry, and he does. He explains it very well. And yeah, I'm like you. That was a fun interview. He was loose and really a good little guy to interview.
Back at third place, Ryan Newman still cannot get by and clear. Jeff Gordon hanging tough in third. Dick.
Well, Gordon said the car is simply pathetic in turns 1 and 2, Mike.
We hear that almost every week, Larry. At the beginning of these races, he doesn't like his car.
And there you just saw it. And Larry, as we talked, you're guessing at the setup because you got a green racetrack, and it looks like that team, for the condition we have right now, that's not what that car wants.
Well, and they got to be patient here. You know, we're going to get that caution no matter what at lap 50, and that will kind of be the dilemma, is how much do we adjust the race car to these track conditions, because we know we're going to get rubber down. In fact, I'm already seeing it starting to turn back black again.
Greg Biffle leads A.J. Allmendinger by 1 second. Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman by 3. And Regan Smith, the top 5.